Hello guys, and today I'm going to show you how I create this parametric self using FreeCAD. So this self have two parts, the upper geometry and the lower geometry. The upper geometry is very stable, but the lower one is very organic. I will using the combination of two curve array. The upper curve array will control the stable surface, and the lower curve array will control the organic surface. From there, I will union them together. This one, we can also changing the shape of this. For example, I can make this one shorter. So let's go and looking for the upper profile. And let's go and change this one, for example, 50. Close. And with 50, this one also working very good. And I can even make this one longer, like 300. Close. Okay. And this also working fine. And I can also change in the curvature down here by going inside the lower profile, and I can change the curve. Make sure don't go too much. So let's go to about here, and let's change this one to 20. Close. And the cell also update good. And you can also change in the thickness of this by collapse one of these guys here. And inside the fusion, let me shift select all of these extrusions. And let me change the forward length to 20. And you can also change in the shape of the wave by go inside here. And I can change the curve. And they also update. So hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Okay, so first I will open up the image and drag and drop it into FreeCAD. Go to the top view and I double click on the image. Go to the calibrate and click from the left to the right. And we set it to 1000 mm. Okay. I go up to the view and toggle the axis cross to show the arrow. Now I will click on the image, go to the transform, and the rotation increment, I set it to 90 degree. And I grab the red one and rotate it facing to the front and move this one back. Go to the front view. And then I will position it something like this. So that the center of the scene is on the upper left of the cell. Click OK. Okay, so now the idea is that I'm going to create this using curve array. Okay, and you can say from this line, the surface above this line is very stable, as you can see, very stable. And the surface below this line is very organic. Okay, so I'm going to use two lines. So I will create another line up here. Okay, so that I have two lines to control the surface above. And we have two lines down here. We have also the same line with this line. And another line down here to control the organic shape down here. And when I have two curve arrayed, I can union them later. So first I will create in the first whole curve for the upper surface. So I will create a new sketch in the front, and I will create a line from the center to about here, and another line from here to here. And I will set the length of this line to 450, maybe 470. Okay, somewhere around here. And we set the length of this line to 370. And the distance from this point to the center will be 1000. Okay, and the distance from this point to the red line will be 100. Okay, maybe 95. Yeah. And also in between, I will create in B splice. Start from here to here, and here to here. Okay. And because this point and this point is on the same line, so they are horizontal. So I select this point and hit D, and we set it to 70. Selecting this point and hit 8 for horizontal. Let's try again. And we set it from here to here. $70. Okay, something like this. And let me close that. Let me select in this get, go to drag workbench. Okay, and then I create in a clone to make a copy. Go to the front view and click on the clone, go to the transform, and let's set the translation increment to 1. Move this one down somewhere here. So right in here. Then I close. Click OK. Add a grid. Okay. Now go back to the part workbench and shift select region. Go to the part compound. Make compound. Okay. Now I will call this one upper whole curve. Okay. Now we're sketching the profile for the upper surface. I create a new sketch in the right view, but I click on the reverse direction for the left view. Click OK. And let me reference this one. Then I go back to the left view. And you can see in the picture, in here I have an arc. And up here I also have an arc. So let me go to the left view. And I will create in a line starting from here to about here. And I will set it to 50. And I will create in an arc. Start from here to here. Selecting this point and this point, hit free for vertical constraint and set the radius to 10. And selecting this point and this point, hit free for vertical constraint. And also up here, I creating another arc. Start from here to here. Come up here. Selecting these 3 points. Hit H for horizontal. Selecting this point and this line, hit T for tangent. And selecting this arc and this arc, hit E for equal. Now we're creating polyline. And start from here. Go down here. Go to the right. Selecting this one and this one. Hit N for perpendicular. And also I will creating a line connect from here to here. Now the sketch is fully constrained, but I want to create in a small fillet in here. Create fillet. Start from here to here. Set this one to 2 mm. Okay, now the sketch is fully constrained. I close. And I click on the sketch 001. Rename this one to upper profile. Now I go to the Shapes workbench. So you can download it under the Tools, Add-on Manager. Searching for the curve Shapes workbench and install it. Okay, now I control selecting the profile and the whole calculator. Go to the curve rate. And let's go to click on the curve rate and set the items. Let's try to 40. Now you can see I just have an array of this. So the number of the items is 40. Okay. Let me hide this one, the first curve rate. And I will create in the lower one. I go back to the Product workbench and create in a new sketch in the front view. And I will reference this point over here. And I will create in B-spline. And let me start from somewhere in here. And I put 2 points down here to control this corner. 2 points in here. 2 points here. 2 points here. Also 2 points. And the last point here. Selecting this point and this point, hit V for vertical constraint. And then you hit A to activate the Align tool and selecting this point and this point. This one. And this one. This one and this one. Okay. Let me set the distance from this point to the center. Let's try 100. Okay. And from here to here, also 100. Okay. Let me close that. And I have the sketch 002. And let me go back and looking for this one. Go inside here. Inside the upper curve, and I have the clone. Let me show the clone for you to see, which is this one. I control selecting the clone and the sketch 002, and I go to the product, compound, and make compound. Now I have another compound, and we call this one whole curve. Lower whole curve. Okay. And then I will sketch in the profile for the lower one. I create a new sketch in the right and click on the reverse direction. Click OK. And I will reference this point up here, and also this point down here. This point, make sure selecting this point. Okay, go to the right view, go to the left view. Also, I will reference this one. And I will start from creating a line from here to here. And I will set it to something like 2 mm, a very small number. And I will create an arc, connect from this point up here. Point and this point, hit V for vertical constraint. And I creating a line, connect from this point up here, because I want the geometry of the lower one is a little bit go over the upper one to make sure the union work properly. So selecting this point, and the center point. Hit S for symmetry constraint. And let's set it to 2 mm. So you can say we have a little small flat distance, this surface to this surface, and also the lower one will go inside 1 mm. Okay, and from there I will create in polyline. Start from this point, go to the left, and finish in here. Now I hit A to activate the align tool and click on this line and this line. Okay, and I can set the radius to 100 or maybe 80. Then I close. Something like this. Now I will call this one lower profile. Now I can just select in the lower profile and the whole curve later. Go to the curve set workbench and curve rate. And doing the same for the upper one, I click on the curve rate one and set the items to the same number to 40. Now I go to the part workbench. Okay, now in order to extrude this, I click on the curve rate 001. Go to the part compound and explode the compound. Now I have a folder, and inside here is 40 pieces. I shift select these 40 and go to extrude. I extrude this one in the x-axis, +1, and let's try it to 10. Click OK. Alright, now I have the lower pieces. And you can also go back in here, go inside here and go inside the lower profile, and you can change. For example, you can change this one to 5. Close. And they also are working fine. And let's go collapse this one and let's create in a new group. And let's call this group is the lower geometry. And I shift select all of these extrudes and drag and drop it into the folder. Okay. Now I have the lower one. And let's go and create in the upper one. I click on the first correlate and I go to part compound and explode the compound. Okay. And I drop this one down and shift select all of these 40. And I go to extrude. And +1 in the x-axis. And the length is 10. Create solid. Click OK. So let me go here. So let me go here and create in a new group. And let's shift select all of these extrusion and drop that into the group. And let me call this one upper geometry. Okay, and let me collapse this one. Okay, so now if you want to make this one longer, let me click on this, the upper geometry. Inside here, go to the extrusion, go inside here and go inside the upper profile. And let's go and change this one to 100. Close. I think a little bit more. Let's go inside upper profile again. And let's change this one to 250. So I have a problem with this one. I think the problem comes from the lower profile. So let's go to the lower profile. And I think I should delete in this arc. Okay. And just creating a B-splice. Start from here. Put a middle point up here and the last point in here. Something like this. And let's position it to something like this. Then I close. Now it's working fine. I think I should go inside here and change the upper profile, the upper geometry, and change the upper profile to 150 is good. Let's try change this one back to 150 and go to the lower profile and bring this one in a little bit. Yeah, something like this. And you can now I hit Shift B and select everything and hit spacebar to hide everything. Now you can go inside the lower geometry and Shift select all of these extrusion inside here and show it. And also inside the upper geometry, Shift select everything and show it again and select everything and I go to union. Okay, now the union also working fine for this. So hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.